What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got the very first reveals from OP-07. 500 years in the future. We showed you this the other day. I showed you the booster pack artwork and all of that. I wasn't able to show you any cards because there were no cards to show you. There are now cards to show you. We've got two new leaders and a card which isn't a leader, but does literally tell us what one of the other leaders is going to be. Sound like a plan? Excellent. And actually, I do need to jump in here nice and quickly just to let you guys know that I'm going to have my first stream on Whatnot at 8 p.m. UK time on Thursday. Use Google to find your own time zone for that one. And I'm going to be selling a bunch of cards from games, including One Piece. So head on over there. Come join in. Even if you don't want to pick up any cards, just come and have a chat. And I do have an invite code which is on the screen and in the description of the video that you can use to sign up and get £10 credit, which sounds like fun. To me, anyway. But yeah, we got some new cards to talk about. So let's start off having a look at Monkey the Dragon, because this is, firstly, it's a new revolutionary, and I'm a big fan of the revolutionaries. Secondly, this is the one we were told was going to be coming. We were told in the, well, I think the distributor information we initially got told us this was coming. But thirdly, this is a very unique effect, and if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comment section. But I don't remember something like this coming around before. Now, I've done the translations myself, as always, but I have checked with the lovely Orange Samurai D, who's checked with the lovely people over on the Discord. So, Monkey the Dragon. Standard monocolor leader, 5,000 power, 5 life, mono red, which is interesting, because of course, if we have a look at the revolutionaries we've had before, we had Sabo, who's dual color red and black, and Bello Betty, who's dual color red and yellow. They like giving us essentially these revolutionaries as red and something else, but most of the main revolutionary cards we've had so far have been red, and here they're just like, don't even worry about it, mate. Just go full red, you'll be fine. And we've got ourselves a rather interesting skill, whereby once during your turn, activate main, give up to 2 of your currently attached Don to one of your characters. So essentially, now it does say to one of your characters, so you can move it from your leader to your character, but not from your characters to your leader. And basically, this lets you double dip on attached Don. You attach it onto a character or your leader. You attack with the 2,000 boost from having 2 Don on there. Then you activate this skill to move it to another character. And then you essentially get that 2,000 boost a second time on a different character. And like I've said, it's very important you can only move it to a character. So essentially you can put it on Monkey the Dragon, attack, and then move it to a character. That's fine. What you cannot do is attach it to a character, attack, and then move it to Monkey the Dragon. That will not work. That is very, very important. I like this. I really like this. It's a different kind of skill. I don't think we've seen, like I say, I don't think we've seen something like this before, but it just lets you get that extra 2,000 boost, and I really kind of like it. It is limiting in some ways, because of course, you have to attach the Don, so you can attack and then move it. So that kind of locks you into using 2 of your Don to attach, and if you don't, it basically means you don't have a leader skill. That is slightly annoying, but being able to boost 2 of your characters, very nice indeed. Having said that, do we want to play this over something like Bello Betty that will also boost 2 of your characters, but lets you play red and yellow, and boost by 3k without having to use Don, but forces you to trash a Revolutionary Army card from your hand? Personally, I'm not sure I like this over Betty, but then again, Betty has not proven to be any more than a fringe deck. The other leader we've had revealed, which I did not see this coming at least this early, Foxy. We've got a Foxy leader, and look, I know this kind of makes sense, because of course we have the Foxy Pirates, so it makes sense that Foxy, the leader of the Foxy Pirates, and incidentally, the trait here, the type is just Foxy Pirates. It makes sense we were going to get Foxy at some point, but bearing in mind, we still don't have a buggy leader. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little bit offended that we've already got Foxy. Like, in what world does Foxy get a leader before Buggy? I'm sorry, I don't like this. This makes me sad. And of course, and I'm not the only one that thought this when I saw this, hang on a second, if we've got leader Foxy, does that mean we get Afro Luffy in the set? The answer is maybe. I mean, it certainly makes sense. Also, I've looked around. Apparently, Afro Luffy is just what we call that Luffy. Wasn't sure that was actually the accepted or official term, but it's what OnePiece.fandom.com saying and a bunch of other places. So, yeah. I don't know if we're getting him, but it kind of makes sense that we would, right? Seems kind of silly that we wouldn't. The card game does like doing this, so yeah. Maybe we are. I know at this point it's something that a lot of people are hoping for. So yeah, Afro Luffy might be coming. But what does Foxy actually do here? Well, we've got a mono purple leader, we've got 5 life, 5,000 power, and when attacking, Don -3. If you have 3 or more Foxy Pirates characters in play, choose up to 1 of each of your opponent's rested leaders and characters, and they do not become active during their owner's next refresh phase. So basically you get to take away 1 leader and 1 character every turn. Or I suppose to put it more specifically, every turn you're willing to Don -3. And it is a leader and a character, but they do have to be rested. And honestly, yeah. I mean, we've seen this kind of skill with your 10-drop Doflamingo from OP-04. And we've seen that this is good. We have seen that this is a skill that sees a bunch of play and a bunch of success. And I know Doflamingo isn't really great in the 05 meta, or at least has not proven to be so yet. But this is a skill that stops characters unsuspending, and that's brilliant and worth playing a 10 cost. So, yeah, honestly. And look, it's a mono-purple leader. We've got plenty of mono-purple leaders out there right now. And this really locks you into Foxy Pirates. And that means we can't actually say too much about this. Because it seems like a really good skill, and it seems like it would work very nicely, and it seems to stack up quite nicely against other purple decks. It's Don -3, but you get to basically stop 1 character, 1 leader doing anything next turn. And that seems really good, but it's a skill that specifically activates only when you've got at least 3 Foxy Pirates in play. So, it completely, how good this leader ends up being is entirely reliant on how good we end up seeing Foxy Pirates being. So it's one of those where it seems alright on the face of it, but honestly, until we see all of the Foxy Pirates, we can't actually say for certain. Sorry. But then we've got Lilith. Now, Lilith is not a leader. But I want to start with the trigger on Lilith. We've got 3 cost, 5,000 power, no counter. The trigger says, if your leader is Vegapunk, play this card. So there's no ifs, buts, or maybes here. We are definitely 100% getting a Vegapunk leader. I can look at Foxy and go, oh, that means we're probably getting Afro Luffy. But when we look at Lilith here, we are 100% confirmed getting a Vegapunk leader because they cannot print a card that plays for free on a trigger if your leader is Vegapunk and then not give a Vegapunk leader. Of course, the other thing to note is this is clearly based on the current arc of the manga, the Egghead Island arc, which is, come on. And I don't know how many of you are reading this or whatever, but I hope you are. It's brilliant. It was a very safe bet we were getting a Vegapunk leader. Also, as a side note, and I told you this in the video where OP-07 was first revealed, they are going to be showing you characters like Lilith, who are established in the manga, and I don't believe has debuted in the anime yet. And that might happen a few more times. This TCG set, is based upon the current arc of the manga, which the anime hasn't really gotten to yet, or has just gotten to. Weirdly, Netflix has skipped 1,000 episodes and is just going, at least in the UK, there are literally, there is 1 episode on Netflix at the moment, another one coming soon, and it's the most recent episode. They're just giving us the new ones, they're not giving us any of the old ones. It's a bit weird. But I might actually start watching from there, even though I've watched 20 episodes. But it seems like a good place to just start watching from here. But my point is, Yes, there may well be characters in this set that have been in the manga but not in the anime. All I can tell you is, this is a channel where I cover the TCG. There might be mild spoilers. I will avoid any spoilers that are not explicitly given away by the cards. That is the best I can do. So we've got a free cost 5,000 power, which is played for free on a trigger. What else do we have? Well, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal one card with the type Egghead other than Lilith and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. It is your standard searcher. It is Charlotte Pudding, but for Egghead. It is Nami, but for Egghead. It is these cards we've seen a million times before. Look at the top so many cards of your deck, find a card which shares a trait with this card but not a name, and pop it in your hand. We've seen this over and over again. I was giving a friend of mine just a primer from scratch on the One Piece TCG yesterday, and I was showing him a bunch of decks, and they were like, oh, so like every deck has one of these. I'm like, yes. Draw power in One Piece isn't great. Every deck has one of these. This is the Egghead one. It's important to note that, obviously, I showed you Charlotte Pudding, 1 cost. I showed you Nami, 1 cost. Here we have a free cost, but it plays for free on a trigger, and that's kind of the trade-off here. Now, do bear in mind, you do actually get 5,000 power, which is good, but you don't get any counter. But it's a yellow card, and yellow cards play more often off triggers because of all the recovery, and it kind of evens out. What I will say is early game playing this from your hand is going to be kind of annoying. Hope you hit it off a trigger. Because honestly, these 1 cost are great like turn 1, turn 2. That's going to be awkward for Lilith here. Just putting that out there. But clearly Vegapunk is going to be a deck. We just need more information. Clearly Foxy Pirates is going to be a deck. We just need more information. And honestly, Monkey the Dragon, we've got Revolutionaries right now. We could make this deck without any new cards. But it's going to be interesting to see which new ones we get. But that's it. That's what we've got. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of these cards. Tell me how excited you are. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.